and it seemed like that might have been one for you.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of tell in like shooting lines. But I mean, you never know what happens in the game. It's always like a new situation. Obviously, in layup lines, you can't get the same feel for a game. But I mean, when you're out there, you can kind of just tell like you're feeling it.
Chris, how much more comfortable have you just felt over the last couple weeks? Obviously, you're a freshman. You're kind of coming into your own a little bit. How much more comfortable have you started feeling?
I think definitely like starting last game and like gradually getting more minutes, I've been able to like get confident and comfortable like playing out there. It's like slowed down in my head. I think that's the biggest problem that like a lot of freshmen have. But I mean, at this point, I feel pretty confident in like my ability to slow the game down. So yeah, tonight, that's like the main thing. I think I played the way I played.
You guys know what Kai means offensively. Could you guys sense he was struggling to his shot as the game's going along?
Yeah. I mean, he's our best player, and he's always like scoring for us. But we got to learn to play like when he's not shooting, and I think we've proven that in like 3 or 4 games now. But I mean, even if he's not shooting well, he's still scoring like 18, 20 points. So it's not like we're missing him out there.
Chris, what are some of the things you still have to learn as you're getting more minutes?
Definitely just being focused like 24/7, like the whole time on the court. I think on defense a couple of times I kind of like lost my man or like helping on the ball screens, and maybe like just being open to making the extra pass. Cause right now like when I get it, I'm kind of like tunnel vision because I'm getting more comfortable. But I think the more I play, that stuff will just come.
It seemed like at times it was a bit of a struggle out there today.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we're down 2 starters, man. Take away 2 starters off any team in the country, and it's going to be a struggle. I thought guys stepped up, other guys did other things, and got a chance to get to be 8-2. So we're moving in the right direction. These things are giving other guys opportunities to grow. So in the long run, they're probably good things. In the short run, they're not. So that's the way the game's going to be right now until we get healthy.
Coach, one of the more interesting stat lines from the game, BC only sent Fairfield to the free throw line once, and that came with 2:39 left to play. What does that say about your team's discipline on defense?
I mean, they're a 3-point shooting team, so I mean, you're not fouling 3-point shooters, hopefully. So they weren't really attacking or driving the ball. They were going to try to beat us with threes. So that probably had something to do with that.
How impressive you've been with Chris? Is he surprised you at all?
All our freshmen. So it's not just Chris. Sometimes we look at just the points. Winston Taz made some great plays today. He's guarding people much better than he has. Jarius in the second half provided us with great energy, made some really good plays, starting to come around. But Chris is a very confident player. And I love the fact that he plays with that much confidence. He's still learning the defensive side of the floor of the ball, especially off the ball. It's a work in progress for him. I mean, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing because, you're guarding a bunch of different guys because we switch a lot. So, but he's getting better. I mean, I'm not surprised by anything he does.
Jim, you talked about briefly about other guys needing to step up. In the big picture, could a day like this with Kai struggling, Chris and Winston, Jarius having to play as many minutes as they did mean a lot to them?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, if you're minus 2 starters and your best player goes uncharacteristically 4 for 17 and 0 for 6 from 3, and they're playing all zone, other guys have to step up and make plays. So it does help you. It's you don't want to see it, but you'd like to see those guys. You'd like to see Kai carry us on a night we're shorthanded, but it doesn't happen all the time. So just keep moving forward, man. Just keep moving forward.
What needs to improve the 3-point defense to kind of limit those looks?
I mean, some of it was how they play. I mean, some of it was how they play. Some of it was bad ball screen at the point of ball screen coverage. I mean, we just got to keep getting better. I mean, got 3 freshmen out there, so sometimes they lose men. It happens. I mean, unfortunately, we got to keep getting better. The one thing, we've played a lot of games, and it's finals. We haven't had a lot of practice time, so it's game to game with a couple short preps, and we got so many guys hurt that it's hard to practice the way we want. But those are all excuses, and I'm not an excuse business. We'll get better. I mean, we've been coming into the day, we were the 68th best defensive team in the country. That's a light years ahead of where we were last year, and we still should be better. But once we get everybody back, again, you had a guy, Chris Herren played 34 minutes. He's been averaging 9. So there's going to be some breakdowns. Jarius played whatever he played tonight, the whole second half. So some of that is fatigue and guys growing and learning, and some of it is some situational things that we just have to see and get better at.
Coach, how pleased were you with your team's performance on the glass? With Mitchell out, you still out-rebounded Fairfield 43-8.
Yeah, I mean, we're a good rebounding team. When you get a point guard averages 7 rebounds a game, and the other team never sends their point guard to the offensive board, you're going to be a pretty good rebounding team as long as everybody else does their job. Obviously, we're a much better rebounding team with Steph in there, especially on the offensive glass. I thought that was where it was really felt, especially in the first half. He could have been flying in there against the zone and getting us some extra possessions, but we got a couple in the second half, big plays. So again, we just got to keep trying to get better. Man, it's a long journey, man. We're only 10 games in.
You've seen a lot of kids shoot jump shots. Does it seem like Chris just comes out of his hand well and just squares up very well?
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, he's like Kai. When Kai first started here, much better shooter in the game than he is in practice. But I told him the other day, like, if you're going to be a better shooter, you might as well be the game. So he's a confident kid. I mean, he's a confident kid, and he's helping us.
Coach, how much do you think that improvement that you mentioned earlier on defense is due to Jarius' kind of the motor that he brings and the energy that he brings to the floor? Well,
he gives us an ability to switch aggressively and guard the ball. He's pretty good at guarding the ball for a guy that he can move. So he's a guy that can guard the ball. His strength inside helps us, and he can play 2 positions for us, which we haven't had anybody who could play the 4 and the 5. We were just kind of pigeonholed last year. We did with Teddy, but we didn't. Since Teddy, have a guy that can play 4 and 5, so it helps. I mean, I think it all helps. Kai's also an improved on-ball defender, and that's the one thing I took away from him tonight was that he didn't shoot it well, but it didn't affect him guarding the basketball. And as he improves, as Winston improves guarding the ball, as Chris improves guarding the ball, Chapman, that's where we're going to have, as we get ready for the games that are coming, starting with DePaul, which is our next game, who's a really good offensive team, we're going to have to improve in that.
Is there any update on the status of Chapman and Mitchell for the game next Saturday?
Update. Chapman, they're both progressing. Again, you talk about ankle sprain, not a high ankle sprain, but an ankle sprain on the last play of practice. So that was on Tuesday. So he's hopefully progressing. And Steph Mitchell has quad tendonitis. So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's inflamed. And so it's going to be day-to-day with all those guys. So I don't know. I mean, I just met with the doctors, and day-to-day, they're doing everything they can. Our training staff is doing everything they can. That's all you can do. And, there's a lot of guys banged up. Like I told, Winston Tabb's a little banged up. And I told him, well, if you ask all the good players in the country after 10 games, they're banged up, So that's part of basketball. You just got to, take care of your body and keep getting treatment and understand the importance of rest and how to take care of it, how to be proactive in your treatments, and so those small injuries don't become larger ones. Okay?
Jared Hamilton can start playing
Next game.
Next game. What can he kind of bring to you guys?
Another healthy body who's a really good defender. I mean, I think a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism. A guy that can really guard will really help us. So at this point, until we get healthy, everybody that can step up can help us. And so, like I said, I'll end it the same way I started. We just have to get healthy as quickly as we can.